All right. We are called Canary. Sorry for the confusion. We've went through a long name changing process that took us quite a long time to come up with the right identity. And Canary is it for obvious reasons, which you'll learn about soon. So tonight, we're going to take you on a journey, a very, very short journey, but a journey nonetheless about how we look at the world in our startup and what we're doing in our part in the Internet of Things and how we think about data. But the truth is, before I even begin talking about data, the honest truth is, when we started, it didn't cross our mind. We didn't think at all about data. We didn't start this because of data. And even though we believe in a very short time we'll have possibly, we'll be one of the companies with, perhaps the most amount of data from a home environment than any other company, that wasn't our objective. Our objective is clear. We are trying to make security, home security, easier for people, more accessible for people, and really open up this market in a way that has never happened before. But the interesting thing is that data and what we can do with data, how we gather it, analyze it, process it, and then you'll soon see share it, and what we do with it, how we turn it into very relevant information for the user, is actually the core of what we do. But first, our heroine. I hope you all know who she is. If you don't, you perhaps don't belong in this room. Daenerys Targaryen. In this picture, like in other times, she is very vulnerable. She's in a foreign land. Her family is very far away from her. The only thing she actually cares about are her children, which in this case are her dragons. And in this foreign land, she's in a home. It's not her home. She comes back, and she notices that the dragons were taken from her. They were stolen. A lot of other bad things happened. We'll skip over that. But the important thing is completely vulnerable. This feeling of vulnerability. So we looked into it a little bit. We actually found out that before this happened, she was interested in buying a home security product. So what did she do? What anyone else does. She started looking at the possibilities. She rented, so she couldn't really buy the ones that were designed for homeowners. And she wasn't going to be there very long. She didn't want to install anything, so security and even home automation wasn't right for her. It's not what she was looking for. So what are her options? What's crazy for us is that this is obviously an extreme story. What's crazy for us is this day and age, a decision like that should be dead simple. The ability to have security in our environments, in our homes. So, the dichotomy. We have on one side why people look for these security products, which is obvious reasons. You move to New Jersey, you live in a dangerous area, you have a kid, whatever it might be, you have a need for security. But on the other hand, you've got these companies that are built on these ancient models that don't use anything with technology besides basic sensors that tell you if there's movement or if there's a problem in a home. Or they think they're telling you if there's a problem. And you have people that buy them who are generally homeowners, large homes, perhaps the DIY types for certain systems. But the average person, 90 million homes in the US, has literally 0 connected devices. And I'm sure other speakers tonight will talk about that problem as well and coming at it from different angles. But the angle we're coming at it from is trying to reach this long tail of customer, of people, of consumer that doesn't have any other option. So distilling the problem. What it comes down to for us is very simple. It's about human behavior. So we looked at human behavior over a long period of time, over the last 500,000 years, and saw how communities really come together and do security. And what security is for communities, from building caravans in circles, or when people camp, they're camping together in small campgrounds. What it really is about bringing people together and having people help each other do things like security. We built off that our model for what we're doing at Canary. And I'll talk now about how data really plays a key role in everything we're doing. The three things that security is about, wherever it is, whether it's in a home, an office, retail, anywhere, it's about about the physical place, knowing if there's a problem in that physical place. 2, analyzing what that problem is. So we have information, now we need to know what the problem is. And 3, what do we do in response? So I'll drill down quickly on each of those 3 points. The first, information. So we like to reference ADT because everyone knows ADT. And ADT's model is built off, let's put lots of sensors, as I said, around the home, and we'll hopefully know something. But what do you really know from sensors that are spread around your home that don't give you really detailed information or analytics behind it? And why is it that very few people actually have it, and the ones that have it, 2/3 don't even use it? And we started looking into it, and we realized that this simple act of connecting, which at its core is just receiving data from a physical place, is really hard to do. It should be easy, but it's hard. If you're in your home and you say, I just want to know a lot of information about my home environment. I don't want to install things all over the place, maybe 1 or 2 things. I don't want to sign a contract. I don't really want to do much of anything. I just want information to know my family's safe, my belongings are safe, my dog walker came, whatever your reason might be, and that's really hard to do. So we've built a model which is vastly simplifying the experience of hardware into getting rid of all those sensors and really just putting the core sensors into a single device, which you see here, and we have some prototypes here we can show you, which basically we have a proprietary 30-second setup process which enables you to connect to that physical place immediately and start receiving data. And that's all it is. From a software perspective, what we're doing is pattern recognition, detailed video analytics. We're trying to know as much about you and your environment as possible, from facial recognition to pet recognition to all the really necessary data that we're analyzing in the cloud to know what's normal and what's not normal in a single environment. In an easy way, with a single device that doesn't require any installation. ADT, on the other hand, is doing 99% false alarm rates because these sensors are worthless and they're going off all the time. And finally, this idea of community, which I mentioned at the beginning, it's absolutely critical for people to know that there are others that are looking out for them. And for us, that's the core and the heart of what we're doing. So we've created this idea of a virtual community or small groups of people that come together and help each other do security by giving each other connections, whatever degree of security you want to keep, you can keep, to each other's lives and environments. So if something happens to my father, my sister, or my close friend, I can be the one that can help them respond and respond immediately for them and get rid of the vast costs and problems and contracts that exist in the old model of security. So summing it up, what we're doing is simply trying to create a dead simple way to actually gather data from a physical place. Dead simple. One device, that's it, streams to the cloud, everything else is done in the cloud. 2, we're trying to analyze the data, we're processing it in interesting ways. Interesting ways that can teach you something about your life and your environment, and you might one day want to have a full security system or full home automation system, but you're not there yet, or you're renting your apartment and don't really care about it yet. This is a way to be connected in a very easy way. And 3, we're bringing groups of people together to do what they would naturally do anyway, which is help each other do safety and security in our home environments. Thank you.